Podketeers. Good morning.
Can I just do that?
Harmonize? Donuts.
Nah. Dude, I'm so tired. I feel like I'm still recovering. Like my body feels like. Remember the scene in Avengers where Hulk grabs Loki
And he goes,
yeah. I feel like Hulk.
Puny God.
I feel like Hulk did that to me. Like I just feel like I got.
Well, we did
slammed.
record 6 hours.
We did.
You know,
but that was like a week and a half ago at this point. Like,
but
Also,
you know,
it's been like stupid hot too. So
yeah, I think. I mean,
that
it's
takes
a lot
toll.
of. I think it's a lot of things that are kind of like piling on. But yeah, I'm still like recovering, and I think that has just kind of like taken a step back and slowed down a little bit. So I think that's a big part of it as well. So yeah, I'm trying to have like, yeah, we're high energy. Here we are. Don't worry. It's only what 11 p.m., 12 p.m. What are we looking at right now? Yeah. All right. Well, good.
it's not that.
Oh,
late.
we can't do that.
Yeah.
Heyzen,
It's like this is what you get.
Heyzen, it's 4:37 p.m.
Okay, good. So I'm glad that. So we did break the record, by the way.
Okay.
Like for the amount of hours for the last couple of episodes. But I don't think I ever want to do that again.
You don't want to be one of those 3-hour podcasts that
No.
that a lot of people like.
I don't want to do that again.
You know, I
love
like
our
listening to
listeners and
3-hour
watch-
Right, I like listening to 3-hour podcasts, but recording a 3-hour podcast is hard.
That's what I was
It
going to
is
say. I was
very
like,
hard.
listening, great. Recording it and editing it, not so great.
No, your
Can
butt
AI
hurts.
just edit it? Oh my
You're
God,
hungry.
yes.
You're thirsty.
Yes.
You got to go to the restroom.
When we cut to like to break, and I was
Right.
like, you have no idea how badly I had to go to the bathroom. It was like I sit like if we continued, I may have like burst as we were recording. It would have been horrible.
Right.
So I'm glad it didn't happen. Anyway, time to move forward. If you feel like you got your fix of D23, haha, I say haha, because this episode is D23 Expo Recap Reloaded. To take a page out of Andrew's book and his Quizneyland sequels. This is the D23 Expo Recap Reloaded.
What,
where we
reload?
talk
Oh, that's
about-
the Matrix. There
It's
we
the
go.
Matrix, yeah. Where we talk about some of the additional things from the expo that
Whatever
we
we-
didn't get a chance to cover
Whatever
in
we
6
missed
hours.
in 6 hours.
It's so good.
We just like to talk.
Yeah, for real. I do have some announcements and a couple things to show you.
Sure.
We have a couple complaint o'clocks to get through because Disney Dreamlight Valley. The
Hey, it's not
latest-
me this time.
No, it's Mel and I
It's
have
me.
some complaint o'clocks. Mel's is game related. Mine is my just inability to pay attention to what was happening.
I'll come up with something to complain
But
about.
you know, we always can, right? Look what I got.
Cards.
Ooh.
I could have had my
It's
eyes
the
closed
Atlas.
and you said, guess what? Look what I got.
I'm
I
actually
would have.
opening these on the podcast. I'm looking at these for the very first time with all of you. I almost dropped them.
All right, if you're listening,
Butterfingers.
they're cards, and you open
Okay,
them up,
so
and guess
the
what?
Alice
they look
cards.
like
Oh,
cards.
look at the inside.
There's cards inside the
Little
card.
cards inside the tuck. The Jokers are Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Nice.
I think that's cool. The backs are still one of
I
my
like
favorite back
it.
designs ever on the Disney cards. Like, these are probably the best backs on all the Disney cards. That's the ace, and then they're all just kind of about the same until you get to the court cards. Oh, the court cards are nice.
Got the Mad Hatter and Alice, and
Let's see, what
we
do
got
we
a
got?
card
Look like?
that is the Jack as well,
Oh, look at this.
Ooh.
and the March Hare.
King.
Yeah.
And the white Marianne. I can kind
There
of
you
do it,
go.
whatever.
I
Like how
love
the jacks
that.
are all just also
Just
cards.
Cards.
Yeah.
That was the Cheshire Cat and the Caterpillar, and then the King and Queen of Hearts are obviously the King and Queen of Hearts,
Of
and the
course.
King.
And the king. And of
Rule
course
42: the Queen always
advertisement
wins.
cards. So these are nice. Definitely love these. Let me quickly open these as well.
These are Nightmare Before
These are
Christmas. Is
Nightmare
that what I
Before
saw?
Christmas, yeah.
All right.
Yes.
These are nice too
Correct.
because I have.
Let's see if there's any voices I can do in that one. I don't think
See,
so.
so these have foil on the front.
Purple.
Ooh, and purple
Unlike-
foil.
It's like a purple foil. The
Purpley.
purple foil, like over the last year, purple is also one of those colors that isn't used very often in cards.
Right.
And last year, it was like the second color I was seeking out the most. Like pink was the one I was seeking out the most because there's not a lot of pink ones. So whenever there was one, I tried to buy it.
Right.
But purple is like kind of that second one that I've been searching for, and I just love how the foil looks on this one. It looks
That's
so
shiny.
good. All right, so Jokers.
We got
Ooh.
Those
The
are
Jack in the
pumpkin
cool.
in the
box.
box and
Yeah.
the cat
The
in the
kitty
box.
and the pumpkin.
Backs look so good on
That's-
this one too.
That
I
is
will
fun.
take away some points because of the black borders. Not a big fan of black borders because when you shuffle them a lot, they like fray on the edges and then you can really see the damage on them. But that could also be a commentary on how much I suck at shuffling. Sometimes.
Maybe, yeah,
So
maybe you're just bad at it.
Maybe I'm just bad at it. Yeah. So there's the ace. There's
Spiral
Spiral
Hill,
Hill.
with Jack and Sally. All of these have
Jack
like
and
pips
Hallie.
that have Hallie. I know. This one has like a spider. This one has like a face in the middle. This one's got like a little pumpkin. So it looks like all of the cards they have a
that's
specialized
a pumpkin.
Oh my god,
Heyzen.
Becky's here.
It's a pumpkin.
There's a spider. Here's
Just
another
in time.
pumpkin. Oh my god,
Pumpkin
it's PS
spice latte.
It must be
season.
It's the
pumpkin spice
season.
time, right?
Pumpkin. The season.
Okay.
The reason for the season.
Here's the first set of quartz.
Oh,
We got
that's cool.
Zero,
Jack,
Sally, and Jack.
Zero. The ace got like a spider web, if you can see that. If it's not focusing. I think my focus is locked on the camera. Oh, these are cool.
We got Lock,
I was
Shock, and
wondering.
Barrel.
Nice.
These are nice. I like these. Here's
Got Oogie Boogie as the king, the mayor as the queen, and and Dr. Finkelstein as the jack.
let's see.
Mr. Oogie.
Oh, nice. These are good too.
And then we have Sandy Claus Jack and
Santa
Sandy
Claus.
Claus and the Scary Teddy.
I love it. And that's all of them. And then there's like the ad card and just like the same as the tuck box, but just like
Right. They're just like, here's the
regular
artwork.
print. So yeah, I was pretty happy that I was able to pick these up. I had been checking them out for quite some time, and I knew that they were out, but I just hadn't purchased them.
Right.
So I had a coupon come up, and I was like, oh, 10% off
Nice.
and free shipping. Let's do it.
Coupon.
Yeah.
Coupons are
Free shipping
great.
is always nice.
Yeah. So I have a couple of other things that I want to bring up before I forget.
Sure.
So we talked about raising money for cancer research. Walk for Hope is coming up in a few weeks. We wanted to do some auctions, and time has just flown by. And we did have another idea that we talked about several weeks ago, where if you, for those of you watching, you can see that I have the Disneyland plaque right up on my shelf over there. You could see it in Mel's video. Oh, maybe it might be off on the side over there. But
Somewhere.
yeah, it's somewhere in the back.
Mine's in a
And
box
so
still. I have one.
So the idea was, I have a couple of announcements. It's actually pretty fun. So while I had access to the 3D printer, I was learning, how to do everything and getting acquainted with the process and stuff. And so what we did was I printed a handful of these because I thought it would be a really great idea to produce these and have them available as thank you gifts for anyone that donated to our Walk for Hope Teamboat Willie effort. I only have like 5 of those. I'm not really able to make any more at the moment or get any more. I can't sell them either, so they don't have like a sale value or anything. These are just gifts that we're going to give away to the first 5 people that donate $50 or more. And by or more, I mean like up to $99, because I also have 2 of the big ones that I created as well. So
it's like twice the size if you can't tell from the...
So the little version is just about 6 inches wide. And I also printed a little base for it so that it just kind of like sits on your shelf. The larger version is just over 9 inches wide and also comes with like a little stand to sit it up on the shelf. So again, anyone that donates, the first 5 people that donate $50, or between $50 and $99, I guess, will get the 6-inch version. Anyone that donates 100 or more will get the 9-inch version. We only have 2 of those. And it's just a little thank you from us to you for helping us out. Again, not selling them. They're not available for sale. These are just... It started off as a cool little practice thing, and then when I made the first one, I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty cool. Like, this would be a really nice thing to give away as a thank you gift. And as much as I would want to give all of you that donate something, we can't. So it's limited. 5 of the small ones, 2 of the large ones. We're going to be announcing this over on Discord as well. We'll put something up on Threads and Instagram, and we'll put the link for Teamboat Willie up again. And if you want to participate, would like to help us reach our goal, it's just click on the link and make your donation.
Is that open now?
It is open now. Yeah, we will. If you go to teamboatwillie.com, there will be a link on teamboatwillie.com that will lead you to our Walk for Hope donation page. But we will put the actual link, in the posts on Threads and Instagram and Discord and everything, so you could just go directly there. I think it's a fun little, cool little. I think they look good, right?
They look awesome,
right? I mean, for never having listen. So here's the deal. So remember. Lanny was like super nice and he was encouraging the kids and they were like, keep building your stuff. And I was like, this is like reason, like forget about all the other reasons. Like reason number 1 to like have a 3D printer is because like Lenny Smoot said, Larry, I miss Larry. Can you tell?
We do.
Reason number 1 is clearly because Lanny was like, yo, get a 3D printer. Like you and your kids will enjoy it. I had a 3D printer. So after this and practicing and everything, I was like, I just want to do it myself now. I want to be able to print at home. And it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be without people helping you and walking you through it. But with the limited knowledge that I have and the stuff that I had accessible to me, I printed a Deadpool head, a Deadpool helmet, if you will.
A Deadpool head.
Yeah, it is a Deadpool head. It's a Deadpool helmet. But I want to show this to you. But I want to show you. I want to let you know, kids, make sure that you pay attention to instructions, especially in math class, because I eyeballed this. And I realized that the software that I was working in, eyeballing it in there is not going to necessarily size it to what is my Charlie Brown head. And so you end up with something that is way too large to fit on your head. And I mean, it fits, right? But it looks like a freaking bobblehead. And stuff.
You could put your headphones on inside of that thing almost.
Probably. I mean, I could. Yeah, I'm just sitting on top of my head. Oh, it's heavy, man. I can't do that. It's really nice, though. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out because it's actually modular. It's got like magnets and like it breaks into pieces. So if we want to like, pull it apart to like slip it on through the back and stuff, it's got like a magnet.
Or if you want to like smash Deadpool's head, it'll like
you want to smash Deadpool's head and then like put it all back together. It's like,
right.
it's like
I mean,
I'm just gonna have them pop up every so often, and be like, "Hey, Peanut."
If you want, pop the back out, put a little bit of a little fan. Hey, stay cool and
Right. I mean,
or
it is
make a
big enough at this
bottom,
point.
and then you could use it as like and then you could pop the top off, and it's a popcorn bowl.
I could do that, right?
oh,
Like just make it a
You could eat-
popcorn. That's
yeah.
actually probably the best
is a good
application for
idea.
it because of how big it is.
Yeah.
Deadpool's brains popcorn.
I'm
It's
actually
better-
also. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that's better than the idea I had, which was continue and make a bust out of it.
Just make a whole the rest of it.
At some point, listen. At some point, I always joked about wanting to get a 3D printer because I figured like I could build my own Iron Man suit. I mean, honestly, it's like more like the Hulkbuster, right? But I always joked about making my own armor so that I could, just make my own Iron Man suit. And it's not out of question at this point. Like it's not. I haven't given up on that idea. The reason I did this one is because I had this available. It was it was free for me to try it. But again, I eyeballed it, and when I increased it, thinking that I measured my head properly and everything, like after I did the actual calculations, I should have only increased the size of the file by like to 106%. And I printed this at 122%.
So Heyzen, your head's only 6% larger than normal
Yes.
or average.
Yes. It's only 6%.
So
more.
it's not as big
But
as you thought.
I really thought I was like Charlie Browning it, dude.
Right.
And so, I mean, I guess I'm happy about that. But now I have this like giant, like, it just looks like, oh! and now it's pieces. Accidentally popped it. You
can put it.
Yeah.
You can put it on one of your kids, and they'll look like a Funko Pop.
So in case you
Oh
were
my
wondering,
gosh, yes.
in case you're wondering, these are all the pieces, right? Oh, there it goes again.
That's a
Well,
Halloween.
so-
That's
Anyway.
right there.
Pieces
You're
now.
done.
Right. So the reason I was bringing it up, I'll get it right now. The reason I was bringing it up is because even though it's fallen on the floor, it's still good. It's still good. 5-second rule, I guess.
Right.
Oh yeah. Just don't lick
I'm-
it.
yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know what people are
No,
going to do
when
with
3D,
this. Like,
when 3D
Deadpool's pretty
printed
freaky,
Deadpool
right?
heads like are on the ground, they go bad.
I don't know what Marvel H. Jesus does in his own time, but I know he's pretty freaky, so...
Marvel
There's
H. Jesus?
That's what he calls himself, Marvel
Oh.
H. Jesus.
I thought it was Marvel H. Christ. What'd
Oh,
you
Marvel
say?
H. Christ, yes. That's what
I
it is.
was like,
We're tired. I'm like, yeah.
So funny. I don't have the space to display this, honestly.
right.
Like,
well,
it's
now
just
you
gonna
do
sit
in
a box
parts
or anything.
You could.
No, but
Little cheek
what I'm
over
trying to
here,
get to
cheek over-
is I'm maybe gonna give this away to a listener or a YouTube viewer or something. It's like I said, it's large. It fits over your head, especially because of the fact that the pieces come apart, and then you can like do what you want with it and put it on. But it is a very big.
We'll have a contest. Whoever has the biggest head. I don't know how we do
No,
that.
I don't want to do that.
Wow.
Do you have the size? Do you have a
large
22?
head. Please enter our.
Are you? Who's got a big head?
A lot of people.
The Rock, the Undertaker.
no.
They got the Undertaker. He got a big head, right?
They do. Anyway, so the thing I'm
got a
trying to
big
get at
head.
is I think I'm gonna give this away at some point. I don't know how we're gonna do it. I don't have a place to display this, but if we can find a home for it, if somebody would like to have it, or if somebody has an idea of how we can potentially give it away, I am willing to give this away. I know that some people are going to be like, well, why didn't you start with an Iron Man helmet? You've been talking about making an Iron Man helmet. Honestly, because I didn't think it was going to turn out this good. Because I thought that it was my first time printing, that it was going to look not great. And I didn't want the first thing that I printed to look bad and discourage me at not like making what I wanted to. And so I figured like I would create a few things and get some of that stuff under my belt, learn the settings and everything. And once I got better at it, then I could like move on and do something that I really want to do.
Logical.
Like the Mandalorian helmet and then like the Iron Man helmet. Because my ultimate goal is to build a motorized Iron Man helmet, like where I could actually like have Arduino and everything and be like, Jarvis, open mask or something. And so it does a whole like bit. But yeah, I didn't want to mess it up, and I felt like this was more foolproof. So aside from the 122% print size, I think it turned out great. It's even like texturized. I don't know if you guys can see that on screen, but it's got like some texture to it.
Yeah.
I figured out who we can send it to.
Who?
Big Diesel.
Big Diesel. He's yeah.
He got a big head, right?
He's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is there still. Yeah. Anyway, so it really the only reason I brought it up was because I want to potentially give this away to somebody who might want to have it on display or something. We'll figure out how to do that, you know, in the future. Just remember that it's modular, so you know it is in pieces. And I wanted to make sure that we got this announcement because as we're trying to raise money for Walk for Hope, I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of what you can potentially get as part of your donation toward our goal. I think we're trying to raise 1,000 for Walk for Hope, right? It's not very high. It's like $1,000 or something.
$10 million.
10 million.
$100 million. The powers. I don't know. That kind of sounded like Peter Griffin. I don't know what was going on there. And Quagmire.
Yeah, I'll make sure that we have the link available either in the description of the video on YouTube for our Teamboat Willie fundraising page,
right?
And in the description for the podcast, so that whenever you're like listening, you'll have the link available. So far, we've raised $280 towards our $1,000 goal.
Hey, we have to get past Hakuna Matatas.
We do.
They're ahead of us.
By $10.
They can't have a more clever name than us. How dare they?
And we're only $5 ahead of Float Pool Duckies.
Aw.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Let's jump into Disney Dreamlight Valley before we jump into D23 stuff again. Mel, why don't you bring us into this one?
Complain o'clock. Complain o'clock.
Okay.
Woo,
So
woo. Something I can't remember what we did last time.
I don't remember either.
One of these times I'm gonna record a thing.
We'll figure it out.
Or we just do something different every time. Or maybe it's the same. I don't remember.
Or by the time I edit this one, maybe we can come up with something and it'll just cut in and be like, complain o'clock. And it's like a big image that flashes on the screen or something. It looks like one of those like POWs from a comic book or something.
That's just like sands through the hourglass. This is complain o'clock.
Okay, so my complain o'clock, I'm probably a little late to the party of what I purchased. Okay, so I've been saving my moonstones, right? Getting everything done, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play again because there's a new update. Let me play. I got some moonstones. Let's see what's new. Whatever. I've been saving up. I could do this, and I'm not, like I said, I've said before, I'm not a big princess person, but Ariel's pink dress is really cute and I had to have it. It's about 1,250 moonstones. All right.
Right.
I got enough. Cool. Here's my complaint clock. I put the dress on. It looks great. The fact that you get fingernails is really nice. I mean, I like that touch. The picture that you see in the shop, in the premium shop, shows a pose as if you would be like just naturally posing the way you are, just a regular thing at, you know, while you're playing. Like default, you would say. Well, in the game after I got it, I was like, oh, let me put it on because I think this week's Dream Snap challenge is basically like dressing in your best princess wear or prince wear or something like that. So I was like, all right, let me do this. Well, I'm a little frustrated because your hands are always like this.
Oh,
they're always like this when you're playing.
Is it like one of the big poofy dresses?
Yes.
Oh, I know what you're talking about because on my second account, because we pre-ordered the game, they gave us like a silver and blue one. It was supposed to be like a ball gown or something. And I remember trying to do a Dream Snap challenge. And so I know the pose you're talking about where the hands are like resting like on the waist in the front or something. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's so annoying because you can't change it.
Yes. And
you're
so
just, you like walk around like that too? Just like.
When the picture shows like you're just, like I said, just a regular movement, and it's like, why couldn't you just show that it's only this? Or I don't know, why is it default to that? I don't know, but that is a solid $5 of moonstones.
Yeah,
because I think like 1,200 is about $5. So that was a major complaint o'clock for me. It's like, that's sucks because I could have used that towards, you know, the star path, which I didn't. So that's dummy me, my mistake. So yeah, I was like, this is not cool, Disney. This is not cool. You can't.
Right, I'm looking at the picture that you said in the shop. The mannequin or whatever is like this. They're like,
yes, exactly.
and then you have to be like this.
that's messed up.
Yeah, it just looks so weird, and then it kind of gives you like kind of not say glitch, but it's like your person doesn't even know how to react when you're like removing the night thorns or whatever. I'm like, I give up, switching it to another thing, and
That's funny.
now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to wear this dress. Why can't I get a refund?
I don't buy a lot of the clothes and the stuff. I generally buy like the buildings and like some of the accessories you can buy for decorating, like the little fireworks show that you could buy and stuff. But I very rarely buy any of the clothes or the animals or like the tools because like they don't help in any way, right?
You're not like me.
I mean, I think that if I was like, if we were at a point where I think where I would want to be, where we're making more of that content, I would probably buy it so that people can see it in the game and stuff. But since I really haven't been able to do that as much as I would want, I don't want to spend the money on it right now. I just buy the buildings so that I have them and I can decorate my own stuff, you know. So maybe in the future we'll get to that point, but right now.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking around. Since when can you ride a surfboard around?
Oh, that's new. That's a couple
surfboard?
updates ago. Yeah, you know how you do the gliding thing? They added a surfboard as part of one of the Moana or Stitch packs or something like that. I don't remember which one it was. But when you
So you
do
could
the
be like-
animation of gliding, it looks like you're on a surfboard, like gliding like the Silver Surfer around
Right.
Dreamlight Valley. It looks pretty crazy. Yeah, my complaint o'clock about Dreamlight Valley is more. I don't even think it's the game. It's more Xbox than anything else.
Freaking Xbox.
So I have the small Xbox, the S series, the like small all digital version, and it doesn't come with a lot of space. But I do have like an external hard drive connected to it to record my gameplay, because eventually, like every so often, I'll upload like how to do the potato quest or how to do certain things, right? Or it's how I record Speedstorm to upload. Like this last week, for instance, I posted all the new Pirates of the Caribbean players, because we got Will Turner, Tia Dalma, Barbosa, and Davy Jones as new racers. And so my first race as each of those characters I recorded and I posted on the YouTube channel. So I have this additional hard drive, and I didn't know this, but I kept getting this error every time I tried to record, that it said it was starting to record and then it wouldn't do anything. And so I actually got the star path instead of buying buildings or anything. This time I didn't make the mistake from last time.
You're smart.
So I bought the star path, right? Especially since I haven't really played any of these games in the last few weeks because of how I've been feeling. Then we had D23 and all that stuff, so I haven't really had a lot of time to play. And I didn't know this, but the Xbox will not allow you to record to an external drive if your main drive is running low on space.
Oh.
So I'm guessing that the Xbox records to the main drive and then transfers it to your external, like kind of to make sure that it's not losing any frames or anything during the recording process. But I was like on Reddit, I was trying to watch YouTube videos and a bunch of like reading through people's comments that were just like, I thought my hard drive was bad, but it was reading on the computer, on the laptop. I could bring it up like by attaching it to my phone with the USB adapter. So I knew it had to be something with the Xbox. And then finally I saw one comment that said like, my hard drive stopped recording when I ran out of space on my main drive. I had to delete some games. I was like, oh my God, is that what's happening to mine? Sure enough, I deleted a couple of games. It works again.
Jeez.
So if you have an Xbox, especially the all digital one, which runs out of space ridiculously fast, try that. Try deleting a game or two. As much as I wanted to keep Bluey, the video game, on there, it's gone now.
Wait, there's a Bluey video game?
There is.
Do they have that for PC?
Probably.
Is it on Steam?
I will.
Asking for a friend.
Probably.
Oh, but that's cool.
Yeah, a part of the reason I have so much space taken up on it is because I don't know if either of you have seen the game. It's called Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yes.
So for those of you that are not familiar with the game, Flight Simulator is literally what it sounds like. They give you the ability to jump into different types of planes. You can earn more throughout the game. And you just fly around different places around the world, right? And I've always like, I don't fly. Like, I don't like to fly. I've been in a plane. I just don't like doing it.
Right.
But in the game, for some time now, I've always wanted to fly over Disneyland and Walt Disney World and the other Disney parks around the world and just kind of like glide around and see the park, because a lot of these maps are like really detailed and they look fantastic in the game. So I've always had this like thing about doing that, and so I downloaded the game to be able to do that. I can't fly worth a damn in it. Like, for some reason, I can't. I keep crashing. I keep doing all sorts of stuff.
You need to get the joystick. I remember.
Oh yeah, that does help.
I remember in the 90s having I think Flight Simulator is on like Microsoft Windows 95 or something.
It's
like
old,
one of the first. Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Time, yeah.
And one of my uncles, I think, or maybe my dad had it, and we had the joystick and everything. Now, granted, back then it probably was not as nuanced as it is now, but still, it was something else. That's a fun game.
I will vouch for that too. Jerry plays it like when he did it had to be with the joystick, just so it's just smoother. So yes, you will need one.
Okay. And listen, I know that I can go on YouTube and find videos of people flight simulating and like
Of course.
flying over Disneyland and everything, but I want to do it.
Right.
Right.
You want
Like,
to
I wanna
look and
do it.
see what you want to see. I just looked up a video right now.
I don't know. Like I'm telling you, the graphic, I have seen one video, and that's where I got the idea of wanting to do it myself. And when I had the opportunity to get, I bought the Xbox used, by the way. I got like a decent deal from like GameStop or something. But when I had the opportunity to buy this one, I thought, oh my God, I can play Flight Simulator. There's two things, Flight Simulator, because I wanted to fly over the Disney parks. But there was, for a while on TikTok, there was people that were playing Forza 5, because Forza 5 is also open world. And they would play like just really calm music, like music you could fall asleep to. And these people would literally just drive for hours in Forza with this music playing in the background. And I'm like, I want to do that. Like, I just want to drive. I just want to go out. And can I do it in real life? Yeah, but I could just sit at home and just like drive around in Forza. So.
Right.
Anyway, once I can get better control over that plane, hopefully I'll be able to record some of that and then post it to YouTube or share it on one of these episodes or something. But I thought it was fun. But man, I went through the entire update of unlocking Tiana as part of this recent update that came up. None of it recorded because I didn't know that it wasn't recording. So 2 hours of gameplay. And I got like nothing to post. I got no clips that I can share. I got nothing. And I was really excited too. I was like, oh, it's my first time playing in like a month. You know, I can finally like, you know, get back into it. And then I had to deal with this whole hard drive issue. So
I'm watching a video of a guy go through this flight simulator on YouTube at Disneyland. And it looks like the flight simulator, when it doesn't know what something is, it just puts a tree there. And so there's lots of trees that are not in places they should be, including in the middle of the bay for World of Color, like in front of where the Ferris wheel is supposed to be. The Ferris wheel is just a big tree.
That's funny. All right. Well, I think we're going to jump in to cover the rest of the D23 stuff we didn't get a chance to talk about.
Let's do that.
Before we do that, I do want to thank a very special group of listeners known as the FGP Squad, our podcast, Fairy Godparents, because it is their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers happen. Being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks. It gets you access to additional content over on Patreon, gets you a special section of Discord, random giveaways, discounts on new gear, all sorts of stuff. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. But podketeers.com/FGP is where you want to go for more information. There you'll find a list of some of our top contributors, link to our Patreon, some info on the FGP Squad itself. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Since we're talking about links, I'll quickly do this one as well. Podketeers.com/links is where you want to go for our most requested links, including our latest episode, a link to the Quizneyland playlist, a link to our Teamboat Willie fundraising efforts, also a link to Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord community, you'll find the link to join us there. You can also find links to our YouTube channel and Larry's YouTube channel, Goofy Guys Adventures, and of course a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist. So, all right. As I said in the massive recording, I don't remember if it ended up in part 1 or 2, but I didn't get a chance to attend very many panels. I wasn't there Friday.
Right.
Saturday was just a lot of standing, a lot of sitting, a lot of trying not to pass out. Sunday, I showed up late, so I didn't get a chance to
appeasing your kids, you also were doing that.
Yeah. So, Andrew, I know you had an opportunity to do multiple panels.
Right.
That Sherman panel that you talked about. Oh, man.
Yes, that was
that one is
something
definitely
else.
one that I was a little jealous I wasn't able to attend. Just, it looked amazing. But what are some of the other panels and stuff that we could bring up and talk about?
Sure,
to wrap
yeah.
this up?
We saw it was called, I'm checking now, something celebrating 30 years and beyond of Toy Story. It had, let's see, our panel, we are hosted by Kathleen. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Kathleen S. I'll say that's kind of the picture I took of the screen is kind of blurry. And all these people are from Pixar. And then there's Bonnie Arnold, who is a producer. Bob Pauly, who is an animator and production designer. Jonas Riviera, who is a vice president of production. And then Pete Docter and Andrew Stanton.
Oh, nice.
And so this was at the in the arena, and they just kind of went over, the creation of Toy Story, really, and like those early years of, like, it was the Wild West of, they were just kind of left alone, and all this, just bunch of young guys just trying to figure something out. Talking through all of that stuff, it was pretty interesting. They brought up a scan of, it says, I'm going through my pictures right now, it says February 3rd, 1993, ideas for Woody's pull string dialogue lines, and there's 9 that are typed out. It says, reach for the sky, you're bushwhacked sidewinder, you're my favorite deputy, yeehaw, home on the range. So that says singing. And then, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Somebody's robbed the stagecoach. Saddle up, partner. Draw. And then gun noises. Blam, blam, blam. But then there's 3 written in, and they said these were written in by Tom Hanks. There's a snake in my boot. Someone poisoned the water hole. I'd like, what does this say? I'd like to join your posse, fellas, but first I'm going to sing me a little song. So those were all, the last 3 were improv by Tom Hanks.
That's awesome.
So there's a stake in my boot was an improv.
Brilliant.
Right. They, each person would kind of tell a story. They told stories about how they would have scooter races inside the building and all this stuff, and they would everybody would bring in, every employee had it was their turn to bring in the snacks for the day, sort of thing. Because they were not a wealthy company at the time of creating Toy Story. Nobody knew what was really going on there.
Plucky young go-getter just trying to make it in the world.
Exactly. The guy, his name, Jonas Riviera, he was an intern at the time, and now he's an executive vice president of production.
Wow.
And he really worked his way up.
Yeah.
And he talks about, at the end of the filming, they had to take, bundle up all of the artwork, all of the drawings and everything. And because they didn't have a color copier at Pixar, he just took all of this artwork, put it in his dad's station wagon, and took it to Kinko's, and spent all day just copying all of this artwork so it could get sent off to different places or whatever. So it's just kind of stories like that, where it was, fun behind the scenes stuff that nobody really would have thought of. They also did do a section honoring some dearly departed members of Pixar, Ralph Eggleston, Bud Luckey, Glenn McQueen, and Joe Ranft. So they kind of they talked about all those guys and their contributions to Pixar, especially Joe Ranft. Just because it was I can't remember what they called him. They called him the heart of Pixar, or they called him the something along those lines. Like that was Joe Ranft. And it was just a nice panel. Again, that was in the arena, which has really bad chairs. We had scheduled after that.
Those were metal chairs, right, in the arena?
No, they're padded, but I think the padding's worn out, so they might as well just be metal.
In the Toy Story, before you move on, in the Toy Story panel, did they? I don't know if you can hear. There's like all these like sirens outside.
Yep.
Something big must be going on. That's a lot of sirens. Did they shy away from like talking about John Lasseter, or was he brought up, or like how did they like skirt around him?
I was very curious to think, like I was actively thinking about that when we were saying, I was like, I'm wondering how they're going to deal with it. And they brought him up, maybe 6 times throughout the whole like hour and a half or hour, however long it was, hour 15 maybe, I don't remember, panel. And there was a couple of photos, but it seems like they were really shying away from, they would say, Pete and John would do this, or something. They wouldn't like say John Lasseter, and they really didn't get into his perspective, I don't think, too much. But they brought him up some, and I think it was probably, the right amount. It's really hard because, John Lasseter was such a like integral part of the foundation of Pixar at the time, and so it's like you can't really not bring it up.
Right.
And that it's so interesting when you go back and you try to really go through the story of it, because there's so many comparisons that a lot of us made, including us on the podcast, where we compare John Lasseter to Walt Disney, right? He was the Walt Disney of Pixar in many ways because of his enthusiasm and because of how much he contributed to the company and to the creativity, and at the time, the culture, which, we found out what ended up happening later, which kind of like tarnished a lot of that. But I always wonder, when you tell the story of Pixar, like you said, maybe it was just the right amount to tell people, like, yes, we're acknowledging that he was a part of it, but we also want to move forward and don't want to like harp too much on it, because we don't want people to ask those additional questions.
Right. It was brought up, but it seemed, more of a, in passing mostly. There's a couple of photos, because they're like photos taken at the time, like group photos, or, 3-4 people in the photos. I think it seemed, tasteful in the way they dealt with it. I don't know if anybody like told them to or not. I guess it was a mandate, or if they just decided to do it themselves. I don't know. That's just not something we'll ever know, but it'll be interesting to see, like, in the future when we're old and there's going to be a documentary sometime of like the creation of Pixar and stuff, what that will entail.
I'm sure at some point we'll get that.
Right. So, but yeah, so after that we were going to see, we had a reservation for that one. We didn't have a reservation for, we just stood in line. It was fun. It wasn't bad at all. Was bringing the worlds of Disney animation to life in Disney parks. But we did not do that because the seats were so bad and we didn't want to go back and do that one. So I'm sure I'll look that one up on YouTube at some point, because it seemed interesting to me. The next day we saw, in the morning, we got up early. Well, I mean, we got up early every day, but there was a panel pretty early. I think it was like at 10. That was for Grey's Anatomy. My wife's a big Grey's Anatomy fan, and so we went and watched a panel with Grey's Anatomy. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll through my photos, and let's see. Oh, this was the one. This was my little treat for Andrew. in the Grey's Anatomy panel was it was live announced by Bill Rogers. He was just in the booth in the back, and
so
he was
funny.
like, all right, here's welcome to the D23 Expo, and here's your host. His favorite Disney character is Tigger. Please welcome, and then whatever the guy's name was. And then I was like, I kept looking back there, and then he went to the bathroom or something, and I don't think he was there for the rest of the panel. If he was, I would have walked up to him and said hi. But there were, it was, let's see, how many stars from the show? It 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 7 people in the cast, and then 1, I think, writer, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't have a screen with all their names and stuff. They were just announced. But it was, let's see if I can come up with who these people are. We have Dr. Lady and another Dr.
Dr. Lady.
Give me a second, Grace. If my wife's listening, she's gonna be like, I know all these names, Grace.
Yeah, please correct it.
That is
because she
funny.
listens.
Was
Character.
Katherine Heigl there?
No, it was the current cast,
Got it.
and but not Ellen Pompeo.
Oh, that was my next question.
Yes, not Disney legend Ellen Pompeo.
Wow.
Well, Sandra Oh there?
I will tell you, Chandra Wilson was there.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, who else was there? Yeah, she was here. Katerina Scorsone. Okay. James Pickens Jr. We have Kevin McKidd, Kim Raver, and
I feel like apologizing to Tina. I'm like, we don't know who these
we
people
have
I'm on the same boat. My wife is like a huge Grey's Anatomy fan. as well,
let's see.
and
This person's not on this list of current. Wait, did I skip over her? Is that her? Camila Luddington. Maybe it was her.
Oh, I
Yes,
know who she
okay.
is.
So Chandra Wilson, she's like the main, she plays
Yeah.
Bailey. I know this much. She's like in charge. So she's on there. She's the one I know the most. And then James Pickens Jr. He plays Dr. Weber. And yes, what else? Kevin McKidd, he plays, it will tell you, Dr. Owen Hunt. Catherine Scarsone plays Dr. Amelia Shepard. Kim Raver plays Dr. Teddy Altman. And I can't say
Camila.
Yeah, that. Thank you. Plays Dr. Joe Wilson. There we go. And then there was a producer or writer lady, and I'm sorry I don't have the name of who she is. Oh, I missed a guy. It's the guy that was also on Chicago Fire. This is really exciting to listen to. Let's see. Grey's Anatomy. There's another guy. Anthony Hill. No, that's not him. I lied. That lied to me. Where is he? Where is he? He's not on the official website. There's another guy. It's the guy.
Maybe they don't exist.
It's the guy that is the husband of Dr. Bailey, and he was on Chicago Fire. Anyway,
No idea.
Okay.
some people that watch Grey's Anatomy are listening or watching to this and he's screaming at me that his name's whatever it is. I'm sorry, guy, that was on 2 shows and he's back on this show now.
So this is one of the things about recording this live. I know you heard the sirens outside. It looks like
Right.
more stuff is happening. I don't know if you can hear this. So we'll be right back after. Just give us a moment. All right. Well, that was a failed experiment.
Okay.
So this room gets ridiculously hot, and so I thought, I normally have the fan running in front of me.
Right.
I'm gonna leave the window open today. How bad can it be? It's been
Ah.
bad. So window now closed again.
Gotcha.
Failed experiment, and time to sweat this out.
You just need to like not live in the ghetto, Heyzen.
right? Maybe that's what it is. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, so we're back, I guess. So I fed on Station 19. I think I said Chicago Fire earlier. I don't know. Station 19. Jason George. He plays Ben Warren. That was the last guy. Anyway, they were all there and they talked about Grey's Anatomy, and that was pretty much it. I really wasn't paying attention that much. My wife really liked it, and I'm glad she did. They told some stories. They told a story about that. Denzel Washington directed an episode, and they talked about that. What was
Were the two guys there, McNugget and McMuffin?
No, it's all the current people.
Oh, right. They're not there anymore. Sorry.
It's not yes, Patrick Dempsey and whoever and the other guy.
Disney legend
Patrick Dempsey and
Dr. McNugget. What was his name?
McDreamy. Stevie.
Yes.
Who was the other?
Who
was the other guy? I don't know. Anyway, Doctor somebody, Doctor Lady, Doctor Guy, and Doctor Lady,
Doctor Guy. Yeah, Doctor.
Anyway, they talked about that, and then they talked about the new season, and they said, "Oh, it's gonna be crazy," and then that was pretty much it.
Nice.
So Grey's Anatomy happened, and then later that day we also saw what was it called? Disney Channel something. What was it called? I will tell you this exciting. I should have been prepared. It's called Stay Tuned. You're watching the Disney Channel, and that was in the archive stage, and that was on the 3rd floor. And so we are up there, and now I get to name some more people's names that I don't know. So there's another group of people up there. This was hosted by Ashley Eckstein.
Was that the one with the Descendants cast?
It had some, so it had Raven was there, and Corbin Blue was there, and another lady from High School Musical, and the guy from Wizards of Waverly Place, the lady.
David Henry?
Yeah, him. And then a bunch of other people that I don't know. And then she's from Descendant. No, she's from Zombies, but she was also on American Housewife. That was a show I watched.
The main character?
Right.
I don't remember her name.
Grammy Mammerson.
Yeah, something like that. My kids like the Zombies.
Grammy Mammerson. Or I could just look it up. Zombies, Disney.
David Henry, I know.
Meg Donnelly. She was there.
That sounds familiar.
And then there was like a bunch of kids. And then there was this little girl that she's the voice of the new Ariel on Disney Channel or whatever. Or Disney Junior.
Nice.
Let's see. And she was very funny. Michaela Mitchell.
Nice.
Harris, it looks like. And she was hilarious.
What was Raven there? Was she just talking about
it was just like a retrospect. It was just like Disney Channel in general. And my joke was
I see.
My joke was before anybody came out, I said, how much you want to bet Raven's going to be here? Because Raven's always had D23.
Yeah.
You can count on seeing Tony Baxter and Raven Simone at D23.
I've been curious. I mean, I don't know. There was like Raven's Home premiered a year or two ago, whatever.
6 years ago, I think.
I don't know what it was, but apparently
I'll tell you, it premiered in 2017.
Raven's Home?
Yes, it has 100. It says 108 seasons, which is not right.
Whoa.
But it premiered on July 21st, 2017, and ended September 3rd, 2023. So it had 6 seasons.
So which one was that? Okay, then I'm trying to figure everything out because somehow, well, not somehow. I know I got a lot of Disney content in my feed, but Annalise Vanderpool came up in one of the videos, and like she was making like a weird like face about something, and I guess somebody was like in the comments, it said something about her being fired off the show, and I was like, she got fired? Like I thought they were like best friends or something. And I was trying to figure out what happened, but there's like nothing out there. So apparently there's some like NDA in place, but I've been like curious about what that was. So
Gotcha. But she brought up that she's a I think she's like the executive producer
Yeah.
of Big City Greens.
yeah,
Raven is, so she brought
like,
that up.
She's really like part of like the Disney family.
So she brought up that she has an overall deal with Disney.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why she's just around all the time.
And that's so different than what we had talked about before with some of the other stars, remember? Because there was the whole thing that was going around for a while where like Disney stars wouldn't get a contract past 3 seasons because then they had to like renegotiate, so they would spin it off so that they started at like a low pay and stuff like that again. So the fact that they're doing some of these new spin-offs, for instance, David Henry, I know in part was there because he's promoting the updated version of Wizards of Waverly
So
Place.
yeah, he brought up that him and what's her face, Selena Gomez are executive producers of that show.
Yeah, and so that was,
and I think he directed a lot of the
hear.
episodes too.
Yeah, that was interesting to hear too, because a lot of the, not a lot of them, but a handful of these Disney stars that were actors in the TV shows have gone on to become producers and directors in some of these. Like,
so yeah, that was the Meg Donnelly. She's also a producer on the zombie movie, the most recent Zombies movie. They brought up, and everybody on there, you know, talked pretty highly of working for Disney. So I don't know. I mean, we were at D23, so take that with a grain of salt. But Raven also said, like, they did a thing where they were like, all right, what advice can you give to somebody that wants to like get a career like yours, or you know, pursue acting or whatever? And everybody would say like, oh, do this and make sure you this. And Raven said like, get a good lawyer. She was like, all that stuff they said, but also get a good lawyer.
That's funny.
So yeah, that was, let's see, I wonder if I can let's see, you're watching the Disney Channel D23. I wonder if, let's see, somebody documented who was there. Hey, there's a whole article about this. Maybe there will be a list of all the people that was there. Here we go. Moderated by Ashley Eckstein. Welcome to Meg Donnelly, Malachi Barton, Freya Sky, and they're all from Zombies. David Henry and Janice Leanne Brown from Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. So the Janice Leanne Brown, she's the like new wizardy person. Yeah. Yes. That's So Raven star Raven Simone and her Ravens home co-star Michelle Harris. Monique Coleman, Corbin Blue, Dara Renee from High School Musical, and the Worlds of High. So the first two were in High School Musical. They're all in high. It's complicated. So the first two, Monique Coleman and Corbin Blue, in High School Musical, and then all three of them were in High School the Musical, the whatever series. Yeah, that one.
Based on a true story.
Right, season 3 or something.
Yes.
And then it says Descendants, Rise of Red, Kylie Cantrell, Malia Baker, and Ruby Rose Turner. So those were all the people that were there. And they talked about stuff. And they showed some clips. And they talked about stuff. And it was nice. Yeah, Raven talked about like her inspirations were like Lucy and Flip Wilson and Carol Burnett and things like that. Yeah, right.
That makes sense.
So she's very like, she's like, learn to pratfall, learn to do all these things. She's a very like physical, like comedy person in all of her stuff. So yeah, it was fun and funny. The young kid, I already forgot her name. I'm so sorry. Michelle Harris. She kept saying like, I think she's like 11 or something, and she goes, "When I was a kid," and then everybody would laugh. When I was like a little kid, and she would do stuff like that. But she had some like really like smart and thoughtful answers, so it was a fun panel.
Nice.
And then after that, what else did we do? I don't think so. We saw those 2 panels that day. And then we did the Sherman panel, which we've already talked about. And then that evening we saw the nighttime this was Sunday evening. We saw the nighttime spectaculars panel.
Oh, so no one then. So no one then.
And
you said,
then
and I said no one then.
Then yeah. I asked somebody, I was like, "Have you ever heard of the movie Dude, Where's My Car?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But we saw that panel, and Heyzen was there, and we saw that panel together. I don't remember if we talked much about this in the last one. I don't think we did we?
We did. We
did a little bit. Jim Cummings was there.
Yeah.
And he came out. So we talked about that.
The fireworks and stuff.
Right.
Yes.
There's fireworks and stuff, and Epcot, and lots of Epcot. So those were the panels. There was, at the Toy Story panel, there was some folks dressed up like black and white, like the puppet Woody, Jesse, and like the prospector.
Nice.
And they were in the front row, and so they would keep commenting on them. Like Pete Docter and Andrew Stanton were like, they came out and they started like doing like hand puppet like motions and stuff. So yeah, there was like a lot of fun costumes around too at the expo.
Yeah, there's actually a video. The one that you sent us, I think, is a good one to highlight. There's a creator. His name is JustinCosplay on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring it up.
I sent it.
There, yeah, it's super long. It's like 15 minutes long, I believe. So we'll kind of scrub through it and we'll show you some of the stuff that was around. But yeah, I don't think we'll play the whole thing. We'll put a link to it and we'll put his name up like we normally do to credit the creator, and then you can find him on YouTube so you can watch the entire thing. But let me bring that up because, man, there's never a point when I look at these creators that I am not in awe. You know, obviously we have this gentleman here. I forgot his name, but he dresses as Walt Disney.
Faux Disney.
Everything.
I don't know. We've seen him before. There's a viral video with him. I saw him walking around.
Here, we'll play a little bit of it.
Oh, no. Okay, but you skipped like 4 good things already, Heyzen.
Okay, let's go. Juice Skellington. Can we... Let me go back, and I just want to highlight Juice Skellington here because... the amazingness that comes out of this creator is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because every cosplay, it actually... Here, let me bring up this other one really quickly. I know we have the video up, but I want to bring up... Here, let me switch to this. Because this...
This is the horrifying one. It's scary. It's so scary. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's anxiety.
It's anxiety, and the mouth moves, and it's so horrifying. Like, it's so well done, but it's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, you guys say that, but for me, it's the Snow White, the evil queen, the drawers that are kind of like, woo.
But then, so there's anxiety, then there's also Bloofy and Pouchy with them. But this just image still here is it's so scary. Oh, the comment, this is not anxiety, this is stress, abstinence syndrome, nightmare-fueled childhood trauma, inspired by the dark world from Tim Burton and the new movie Inside Out 2. Oh, that's Juice Skellington's comment there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, to be able to put this actually here's
Oh, that's not even
here. Look at this
Jew
one.
Skellington in the costume.
Oh, it's not?
No, go back. It says anxiety is, and then they tag Memo.
Oh, it's
Memo
a different person.
Pont and Bluefy is Nest. These are at things.
And
Thank you all for loving and hating
that's
this
the
cosplay.
voice actress for Riley.
Right.
Wow, that's so funny.
And then then you could go back to that's so scary.
Oh, this, by the way, that
Homer
piece
thing?
right there was the Simpsons. They had the Simpsons couch, and then they had the hedge with Homer popping out of it,
Right.
and another hedge where you could stand and record
do the
yourself
same
going
thing.
in, and they would reverse it so it looks
Right.
like you were back.
And the
into
line
it.
was so
Nice.
long
It was.
Aw.
Yeah, it was insane to get that
for
one.
just like
You know
a
what
bunch of
else?
hangy leaves that you could get on Amazon.
Yeah, you know what else was
Yes.
really long that I didn't get a chance to do? The TVA exhibit.
It was a nightmare.
It
We tried to. The line was always closed.
Yeah, well, I went twice when it was closed, and once when they said it's 2 hours from the point where they were.
Oh, geez.
And at that, I mean, I couldn't do it. It was just
Right.
way too much standing. So I didn't get a chance to do it, but I saw pictures from inside of it, and it looked really cool. It looked like you were in the TVA.
And then there's like a rocket raccoon thing in there
Yeah,
too.
it looks so good. I do regret not being able to go even at the end of the expo, because normally the lines are kind of dying
We
down.
tried
at
to
that point
go, and it
everything.
was because the line. So what they told us was that the queue that was on the orange carpet or whatever that was there in front of the thing, that was 1 hour.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then if they had any overflow, then that would be more than an hour.
There was the
And-
overflow when I
yeah.
went, when it was close to 2 hours.
And we went, we kind of did all whatever on Sunday, and then we went to go check and see, and it was still, the line was closed. I think it was, it was close to the end, so they were just closed it because they needed to get everybody through. It was bananas.
It's crazy.
Speaking of bananas, we'll see some bananas later.
Yeah. So let's go through some of these. I know we're gonna skip through a whole bunch of
Grogu,
them. This is
that's
like
kind
the
of
SNL
horrifying. This I
Now
saw.
This
I saw
is
them.
Skit is so cool.
I
This
saw
is
them setting
beautiful.
this Maleficent up on the sidewalk when we were walking in.
That is amazing.
And not
A lot
just
of these-
that, you're
yeah.
representing both Maleficents.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Thank you.
here's the thing, though. I mean, this is not an accurate representation because it's not on fire. So,
Well, I
you
think
know,
this is. Here's my guess. I think this is more a.
it's like the parade
Well,
version.
It's like the
Disney World
parade
one.
version,
Yeah.
right? Or it's just their own deal. It's kind of like mech suit.
It looks more
Maleficent.
like the parade version, of,
Right.
of-
Yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
steampunky
Yeah.
and like metal and stuff.
It's so good, though, man.
It is.
Got Anastasia here.
Officially a Disney princess now, right?
And then we got blue dress. I guess it's Cinderella, maybe.
Cinderella, yeah.
And then
Oh,
these
nice.
flowers.
Version.
Look at these big
They're
old flowers.
Beautiful.
And we got. Oh, these were like.
I
yeah.
love these changing costumes for people. The
This lady's the sword.
This is so creative.
I love that.
The fact that she was a sword.
I
looks
saw
so
this a
good.
couple times. It's the tiki room.
That's the same lady
Here
who
are
did
the
the
girls.
Matterhorn.
Is
This
it?
is so
and they're
good, man.
they all their heads
So
move and
cool.
stuff. Fifi.
I saw them
Gigi.
walking around.
They are like.
Can I tell you?
Hey, we have a
when
ad.
they were walking around. By the way,
Which
they
one? The
had
Hocus
the
Pocus?
mannerisms down so well.
Nice.
They were walking around with the books. They were
Aw.
walking around just like the mannerisms, like
They
the way
just
that they walk and they
right.
hunched forward and like they hopped around. It was
It's like they were
uncanny.
cast to be this. Like they're not
Exactly.
friends or anything. Like they had to
Yes.
like search for people.
Exactly. Let's see.
Wow.
A little
Little
Tiana.
Tiana.
Oh, I saw them in line in the,
That's cute.
the I think
That
it's the
looks so
dad or mom as Lewis, which is fun. This is some of the
Yeah, that's
group
good
shots.
parenting. That's
Right.
God,
fun.
is that a Tsum Tsum?
It's a Donald Tsum Tsum. There's a video of earlier. It says Mickey and Minnie. There's just Donald. there's
By
the
the
Donald
way-
Tsum Tsum.
Here, let me fast forward a little
Props
bit.
and respect to everyone who's wearing costumes because it was hot and humid that weekend.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I
What else
did
is
not this
there?
time. I was.
I want to get to that one. Oh, this is creative right here. After this
Aw,
family,
cute.
I think.
About a Mary Poppins.
This one right here.
Somebody's a
The
Mickey
Viewmaster.
Viewmaster.
That's so good, man.
Wow.
I love this. This is so
and the
creative.
Viewmaster like circle thing.
Yes.
That's
And the fact that it's got
cool.
like images of that's so
Right.
good, man.
Fast
The fast
passes.
passes. That's creative.
This is. Oh, I saw this rolling around. It's just like a touch
Is
point.
that the
This is
magic
the-
hand scanner?
This is the
Coke
Coke
corner.
corner. It's the split glass bulb. or light bulb.
Yeah, buddy.
That's
There's a lot of
cool.
Leotas.
Yes.
Then there's like more mansion. That guy kind of looks like Edward Scissorhands or something. I don't know.
I want to commend. I didn't know about this creator, by the way. I don't know who they were until you sent this video, Andrew. I just want to commend him for like clumping all of the cosplays up into like sections of the same type of
Yeah.
cosplay.
Right.
It's organized.
It's very organized. They did such a good job chronicling this.
Right.
Yeah, I saw them.
Hitchhiking Ghost, yes. Oh, that's like
It's The
there's
Rock
just The
and
Rock,
Emily
yeah.
Blunt. I love this.
Aw.
Of course.
yeah. I
there's
gotta
some
have a
Jacks.
Jack Sparrow
Where is
and a
Hey, look,
Barbosa.
Nice.
Bluey and Bingo look like Bluey. These are so good.
Those are
These
the official-
best cosplay. Oh,
Hey, those are
Those
the
are
official
perfect.
Bluey and Bingo.
Oh.
I saw a
thought these were,
video
like,
of
such
Bob
great
Iger taking a
cosplays.
picture with Bluey and Bingo.
So I was like, that was so good. Here, I want to.
There's your Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
This
Pixar
is
Lamp. We
adorable.
saw
By
that
the
one.
way-
This is adorable.
that was funny.
There's
Oh,
the
there
puppets.
they
They
are.
were. Yep. Duke Kaboom.
By the way,
Flick and
there was
Princess
a
Diana.
group
Oh, we saw
that
them
I
too.
saw dressed as the SEA members.
Right.
And
That's coming up,
one
I
of
think,
them,
pretty
my
soon.
son was dressed as Dipper, and so as they were walking by, they're like,
Pit
"Hey,
stop."
Dipper!"
That's fun.
Oh my God, these are so good. I think I saw them.
That looks
That's
like
cool.
Eve, but like as like a I don't know what.
Superhero?
Yeah, it was kind of like Eve
Yeah.
robot. Like it was like there's
Buzzpool?
Buzzpool. Yeah.
With socks.
That is so good.
Thanos.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Vanda.
See, I
Ultron.
wanna do that with a helmet. I wanna make sure that I can like motorize it.
Right.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Yelena.
Okay.
Called
Maybe.
the
I'm
Lokis.
like,
This one's
is
great.
so good.
so
Doc
awesome.
Ock. We got I don't know who that is.
Rogue.
Okay.
Rogue, yeah.
We got the Grey Mandalorian and we got some Ahsoka
Ahsoka.
Tano's.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
And we got some Padme
Wow.
Amidala.
I'm
And
like,
another Padme Amidala.
oh my gosh. There's like,
And Darth
Covered.
Vader and a Boba Fett.
Woo.
Robert Fettuccine.
yeah.
Oh my God, is that oh
Yes, it is.
that's a great costume.
Right. This is like Mickey, Minnie, Darth
Oh, that's
Vader.
I
Yes.
like that.
This is so good, man. Hey, I think I just wait a second. There's Sora.
There's Sora. That one's
Yeah,
great.
buddy.
King Sora.
Peelverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Banana Wolverines,
That's
everybody.
Peely from Fortnite.
Peely. But yeah, there was like so
So
many
cool.
costumes.
That
It
is
was
so
bananas.
good, man. I mean, again, we'll put the link in the
Right.
so you could check it out.
Somewhere
but,
you'll find it.
JustinCosplay. Just search for that as well. You'll see the name obviously in the corner. That's so good. I guess now once I'm feeling well enough, I guess I'm gonna have to start cosplaying.
Maybe you should.
Is
There was
that
also
where
a banana Deadpool with all those.
maybe I should make a Peely helmet.
Right. But there was
Maybe
like at
instead
the
of-
expo. Did you see the Peely Deadpool too?
I didn't see that one. No.
Oh yeah, there was one singular one
That's funny.
with all the Wolverines.
I didn't want. Yeah, man. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to become a banana now. Just as Deadpool.
Banana.
or Wolverine, one of the two.
Melissa disappeared.
She did
Sorry.
disappear.
There was something in my eye, and I was like,
Oh, that's okay.
and I didn't want to be like,
Was it your
looking in-
finger?
Yeah. No.
That joke, sorry. Hey, speaking of Deadpool, Deadpool made an appearance at the parks presentation.
Yeah, he did.
And it was one of the best cameos I have ever seen in any panel. This was posted by LaughingPlace over on YouTube. Let's quickly check this out because this was fantastic.
New stories, you say? Hey, bargain bin John Williams. Give me some expectations. You get me? I simply have to tell you that my friends that are singing are delectable. Southern harmonies on fruits and vegetables.
What's up, Deadpool?
What? I'm not. What's a Deadpool? I'm just an average Disney person. Dole Whip, Rope Drop, Thank the Venetians. Por favor, manténgase alejado de los cuerpos. No. Fine. How did you see through my disguise?
It's kind of a gift that I have.
Okay, look here, Joshua. I know you've only said no 100 times. And I don't mean to sound like a broken Yeti, but I thought I'd tell you.
I loved the fact that he, like, whoever is Deadpool in this, like, just came out strong. And I heard a lot of people, and I saw a lot of comments of people like, oh, Disney's just trying to poke fun of themselves and everything. I totally appreciate that. But you have to also remember that this is Deadpool's character.
Right.
Yes.
Right? Like, if this is your first time seeing Deadpool, the snark
Right.
and that direct in the comments, like, that's Deadpool. That's what you get
Yeah.
in the films, except with a lot more F words and like a lot
yes.
more cursing and stuff. But this is Deadpool's humor. So the fact that they nailed it right out of the gate with the whole, like, I don't want to sound like a broken Yeti. I was like, oh, we are, yes, okay, we're in this now.
Ideas for new stuff in the parks. Take a seat. Today, I'm gonna melt your mind like it's a beloved 40-foot animatronic dragon.
Again, blow your mind like a 40-foot animatronic dragon. Best joke ever, maybe.
Right.
Why 75 minutes? Because I have 75 slides of Disney parks pitch goodness in store for you. Seriously, you should probably sit down.
There's no chair up here.
Isn't your title literally chairman? Behold, cage wine. There are enough slid into your parks like ill-advised midnight TM. I need more, and you need more of me.
If you're just listening, they're all like little
Let's just
drawings of
browse.
Deadpool in his dress and for the castle.
Not when I'm done with it. Wink. Picture this. The Chili Chang Chaser. A dueling coaster attraction where you are the beef. Now pay attention. This
World's
next
first
one's gonna
F
be bigger.
ticket.
Can we just see that there's like barf guac?
And you can't tell the difference between the barf and the guac.
It's so funny.
The same shade of green.
And it has a lightning lane and a standby.
Of course it does. Everything does.
Hit an expensive Spider-Man animatronic against a wall. Halloween coming up. Deadpool's Heck House is here. Keeping it clean for you, Disney. Enter the Hall of Baby Dolls. And don't forget, I was a package deal for
Wait a second. Hold on. Can we go back, because in the Deadpool's Heck House, can we appreciate the fact that there's a Leota Deadpool in the Heck House?
Yes.
What about the tombstone that says Rocket Rods 1998 to
Oh, I
2001?
catch that.
Also, he's in a doom buggy. The doors
All the characters.
look very eerily like the ones in the Haunted Mansion.
Right.
package deal for you now. We got any Disney Marathon fans out there? Huh? I see you got it. If you love the Princess Run and the Villains Run, now
Logan's
you
Run.
can get ready for Logan's Run. That's right.
Which is a funny joke for people if you don't know that there's a movie called Logan's Run.
Yeah.
Except for Grandma and Grandpa. They're probably
And it's like a science fiction movie.
The worst showman. You're a disappointment to Australia.
I appreciate whatever all this is, but the answer made, no, not gonna happen.
Come on!
You've already got a massive movie. I figured that'd be enough for you. But okay, how about this? We just talked about epic games a moment ago. What if I let you have a new skin?
It's behind me, isn't it? No spoilers. I want to see him in the game. Is he awesome looking? Does he have really muscles? He's handsome, right? Tell me he's handsome.
Yeah, guess so.
Perfect. Then my work here is done. Hey, thanks again, buddy. You are killing it up here. Seriously, you are on fire. Like your dragon.
Property of
This-
Fantasmic.
I love this one. It's the best joke. I'm telling you. I'm going to keep using this one for years to come.
Just like your dragon was. Festival of
Fantasy Fire
because
Response Unit.
Because that dragon also caught on fire.
Which was the one we were talking about
Right.
in that cosplay.
Right.
Yeah.
And he has the little, like,
Fantastic
The
scream.
ribbons.
right. And then he's like, I'm going away. And then he went through the wrong door.
Sorry, Joshua, but that was not rough. That was amazing.
That was beautiful.
But this is not over. Because
Do it, Josh.
he comes back,
Fortnite's
like,
game
later.
Was not enough. I am like a Disney adult in a lounge flight store. Give me! I need more. Fine. Look, if I can't have an attraction, can I at least have a moment here on stage? Please, por favor? It will give you time to go buy another typing sweater.
I'm going to have to lower the volume or else we're going to get a copyright strike on
That's
this.
okay.
No, we still can.
Well, no, it's like, it's a live song. I don't know. We'll see.
But it's the original version of it.
That forever, that sweet, sweet John Stamos backstage. Next round. It's time to summon my favorite American Idol.
Oh, right. It was. Yeah.
Come forth, Abby, and sing. Sing like Lionel Richie's life depends on it. Because it totally does.
This is Abby Carter. I don't know who that is.
From American Idol.
Oh, okay.
Still gonna lower the volume a little bit.
I mean, basically what happens here is she sings this song, which apparently is in the new Deadpool movie, which I haven't
It is
seen.
Madonna's Like a Prayer. Let me just
Yes.
say that right now.
Well, I mean, if you're listening to it, you know what the song is.
Of course.
Then Deadpool just kind of dances around, and then there's like a very good dance. And then there's slides. Deadpool does Disney.
That was the best part, by the way. The additional images and all the
Right.
drawings that were coming up on the screen.
Deadpool holding popcorn and wearing Mickey ears in Mickey's pants. A Mickey bar has a hole.
Okay, this best joke ever.
Okay.
Okay, because it speaks to
Explain?
Deadpool's regeneration ability. He eats the Mickey ice cream. There's
Got it.
holes in it, and then it regenerates into the full ice cream
Got
again.
it.
Well, I guess you gotta be like a Deadpool guy to know
That's
that.
awesome. I love this.
Somebody knew what they were doing. Deadpool in a princess dress.
Bibbidi
Oh, he
bobbidi
would wear
boutique,
that.
baby.
Bibbidi bobbidi doop boutique, yes.
Yeah.
Deadpool eating a something.
Pineapple?
Pineapple? I don't know. Steak with
Or is that-
2 knives? I don't know. Deadpool looking at a magazine with a shirtless Wolverine in it.
With
know
his
that's-
legs kicked up.
Right, I don't know how that does to do the Disney parks, but Deadpool
This was
holding
good.
Mickey balloons and a popcorn bucket.
This was fantastic.
And then
And of course,
the
Maleficent on
dragon from
fire.
earlier. Wait time 1 billion minutes, basically.
Trillion minutes.
That
I love
That's
this one. I
hitchhiking
want this on a
ghosts.
shirt.
Yeah.
Lightsabers, Deadpool lightsabers. Deadpool is Leia
Slave
from yes. Which some of these are like kind of like. Yeah, this is not approved by WDI, but we see mini ears and
Yep.
a mini bow. Deadpool looking at a map, scratching his head.
It's because he's looking for the Harry Potter ride.
Right. Fix the
Fix
Yeti
the Yeti.
with a construction vest.
And the crowd goes wild during these slides.
In just a Fantasyland attraction car sort of thing. Here's this is Kitchen Cabaret, and there's the Logan's Run, and then the other dragon.
Festival of Fantasy, Dragon on Fire.
And now
And more
Sparks.
Deadpool dancing, yeah.
Sparks. And then Deadpool
I'm
continues
just
to
loving
dance.
his performance, the way he's dancing.
Right.
It's so,
It's a bunch of
It's
interpretive
awesome.
dance.
yeah.
Just like the guitar thing.
It's silly. It's Deadpool. That's him.
It's so Deadpool.
He's doing like what is that?
The
Crisscross?
Running
I don't
Man
know.
and
Running
no,
Man.
that
and-
yeah. Now it's like the thing from.
what is that? The Single Ladies? No, what is that? I don't know.
I think that last thing was.
And now I got Deadpool in a Hawaiian shirt with like a vine around his leg. The goat
Yes!
from
Big Thunder.
Big Thunder as Deadpool, Tinkerbell, Deadpool. And then them eating lunch on a garbage can, Logan and Deadpool. Dr. Seeker from Dinosaur. That's the Matterhorn. Two
Yep.
Deadpools in the Matterhorn.
And
Oh,
then,
look, I didn't notice that Deadpool is now... There's Lady Deadpool also
It's
there.
not. It's
And-
not Deadpool. Lady Deadpool came out along
Yes.
with
The-
so it's
with
another
the dog,
character on
yes.
stage. I love the name tag, by the way. Also needs to be on a shirt, by the way.
Deadpool,
Yes.
Vancouver, British Columbia, Dreamy Dreams. Skipper Deadpool,
That's right.
Deadpool fireworks
Fireworks.
show. I guess I gotta
Is that
see this
supposed to be
Deadpool
Dogpool?
movie. I think so. Yeah, it's like a mannequin of a dog.
Yeah, this is
Vending
fantastic.
pose.
And she kicks him in the
Right
face.
in the face.
Yep.
Now, if Deadpool was wearing one of these hard masks, that would have been
Ooh.
okay.
And then he skips
He
away.
skips. Oh, I love it.
That was awesome. I think as part of the entire Parks panel, I know there was a lot of great announcements and everything, but that Deadpool segment
Right.
was just, well, both of them, right? Because he went away after the original one, and then he came back and they did the song.
He
But
came back out after the one that we had the most information where he's like, was that way he's talking about Avatar
Yeah.
and stuff? Yeah.
yeah, it was just so well choreographed. The whole thing was really well written. The mannerisms were there. The humor was there. So well done. Let's see. What else do we have?
I think that's it. I think that's
I mean, it's
think-
a good.
well, how can we top Deadpool dancing around
can't.
on stage?
You know what? You're right. I don't think we can top Deadpool dancing.
I
on
don't think we
stage.
can
I
top
think that's
Deadpool
a
dancing.
Great way to end
Dance,
it.
dance, Deadpoolution. Nope, that doesn't work.
Deadpoolution.
That doesn't
I mean,
work.
there was Destination Deadpool.
Yeah,
at the
Destination
beginning,
Deadpool.
So,
Yes.
so maybe we should do the same thing with Revolution Deadpool.
Oh yeah,
Dance
There we
Dance
go.
Revolution.
Scribble.
Deadpool.
Shh,
Yeah.
There we go.
our own little Deadpool.
All right, that's what we're gonna call it.
Let's do it.
I think that pretty much covers all the stuff we didn't get a chance to cover in the previous two episodes. That was
Unless
pretty
we
much
think
the
of something
expo.
else.
On top of
It's cool.
the insane amounts of spending you could do, there
Right.
was so many booths, just like there always are, to buy things. I didn't get a chance to even go to the second or third floor, aside from the fact that we saw the fireworks panel
Right.
on the second floor. Outside of that, I didn't see anything else. There's a lot to see at the expo.
Right.
You know,
There's
Yeah.
no way to see it all. There's no
No,
way
there
to see
isn't.
it all.
I mean, to cap this all off, I guess I'll say it again. Disney really needs to stream this. They really need to offer it as part of the the ticket price for going to the expo. And if you don't get a ticket to go to the expo, do like a thing on Disney Plus, like, you know, we did years ago, where you pay $30 or whatever to watch the streams for a day or two, like they did with the films that they were releasing for a while. I think there's tons of people that live across the world that can't make it to the expo that would be happy to pay a small fee to be able to enjoy some of those panels. You're recording them already. Why? They're
Right.
just going to waste if you're not putting them out
Right.
there. You
Just
know,
Every
so-
single
Upload.
every single one of these is exactly. They're all recorded.
Yeah.
Just upload them.
So, thankfully for now, we still have creators that have uploaded things. I mean, we've done that in the past with previous D23 panels as well. Sadly, this year, I just wasn't feeling.
Next time.
Very.
We'll all be there.
So, yeah, crossing my fingers. Next time, 2 years from now, that's a good amount of time
Yep.
to try to
Right.
rebound again, to make this happen, record a bunch of panels, and hopefully enjoy it a little bit more. I'll be able to stand in line for the TVA booth.
We're
this
gonna be
time.
running around.
Yes, we will
Dressed
be able
as
to.
Deadpool. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll be dressed as Hulkbuster at that point. It will Iron Man, but you know what I mean. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
All right. Quizneyland coming up. Any
Right. Oh,
any
right.
teasers for Quizneyland or
No, I was. There may be a question about what was I looking into recently. There may be something.
Destination Deadpool?
There may be something on Steamboat Willie.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I'm looking into some Steamboat Willie stuff. What else was I looking into? I was looking into some different hidden Mickey things as well.
Nice.
And I don't know what else. I was looking into a couple of different things. So who knows? Oh, I was looking into some different Tower of Terror things as well. And maybe some other surprises. I don't know. I'm trying to look at all my.
Nice.
What I do is I look things up and then I take screenshots of them to remind me to then go back and look those things up again.
That too.
So
This is the
there
way.
may be some of those things that may be completely different. Who knows?
Nice. All right. That's going to wrap it up then. Remember, the links for the Teamboat Willie fundraiser will be available in the description for this video if you're watching on YouTube. You'll also be able to find it over on Discord, Instagram, and Threads. Just a quick reminder, if you donate $50, first 5 people will get one of these. The first 2 people that donate 100 or more will get the larger version that we have up here. It is about 9 inches wide. These are approximately 6 inches wide, I believe.
You're gonna want the 9-inch one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It
I'm really
is.
happy with how they turned out. So those are going to be available as of right now. Our page is up. Again, check the descriptions and all that stuff. We're hoping to get to $1,000 raised. We're about a little over a quarter of the way there. So hopefully we can raise $1,000 in the next month or so to help with cancer research, because we all know cancer is just a big ball of garbage. So
Cancer sucks.
it definitely does.
Yes.
So we're gonna conquer it, and so that's what we're gonna leave it on. So we're gonna
Right.
conquer cancer. We're gonna be dressed as Deadpool as we do it. I don't know, maybe that will happen. So until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.